This is Alex Houseman, Director of Government Relations at Big I, Michigan. I wanted to speak to you today and provide a brief update on a few issues that Big I, Michigan advocated against during the 2024 lame duck session. With the help of allies in the legislature, we were able to prevent legislation from passing that would have had devastating effects on the independent insurance agency system and the Michigan insurance market as a whole. First, I want to clarify that due to the important advocacy work of Big I, Michigan and our partners at Big I, all independent insurance agents and agencies are exempt from the new federal reporting requirements brought upon by the Corporate Transparency Act. We realize that as things have progressed, different courts have issued rulings either suspending the filing deadline or attempting to eliminate it altogether, that there has been some confusion amongst our members on whether or not you're still required to comply with this. I want to ensure that everyone knows our industry is still exempt and will not be affected by this change. I also want to touch on the changes to the Earned Sick Time Act that is set to go into effect in February of this year. In early 2024, the Michigan Supreme Court issued their ruling to reinstate a 2018 ballot initiative that would completely alter the Michigan Earned Sick Time Act, forcing businesses to make drastic changes to their paid sick time policies. After an extremely large campaign by Big I, Michigan and other interest groups, the past legislative leadership still failed to act on this before the end of the 2024 legislative term. The new Republican-led state House has made it their priority to make changes to the law before it takes effect. There will be much more to come on this issue as things progress. Now, getting into a couple policies that the legislature attempted to pass in the 2024 lame duck session. First being House Bill 4399, which would have prohibited businesses from utilizing a non-compete agreement between the employer and the employee. Through our relationships that Big I, Michigan has built within the Michigan legislature, our team was able to prevent this extremely dangerous legislation from passing. This is a major victory for our members. Next, Big I, Michigan was successful in preventing historic reform to the Michigan Workers' Compensation Act. These changes would have completely gutted the act as we know it. It would have increased costs for employers and allowed workers to essentially live off of their workers' compensation benefits while not having any responsibility to find suitable employment if they were unable to find the exact work at the exact same pay that they had previously. We couldn't have had these successes without a strong PAC. It is vitally important that everyone invest in Big I, Michigan's agent PAC and Big I's Insure PAC to provide our advocacy teams the resources that protect our industry in the present and in the future. PAC allows our people to be at the table during important policy negotiations. And if we're not at the table, then I can guarantee you that we're going to be on the menu. Thank you for all of our previous and continuous PAC investors. And if you haven't invested in PAC before or haven't done so on an annual basis, I do urge you to invest and get involved because your investment is truly an investment in your industry and your livelihood. As we look ahead to the incoming legislature, we see a change in legislative leadership in the Michigan House of Representatives. After 2 years of Democratic control of all three chambers, the House, the Senate, and the executive branch, the Republicans will hold the gavel in the state House with a 58-52 majority. We will see more bipartisan legislation moving. Negotiations will be more productive, and communications across chambers and with the governor's office should be more efficient, as the two parties are now forced to work together if they want to get anything done. As far as what issues come up first, you're going to see a large push to fix the Earned Sick Time Act before it's too late, and its requirements that it forces upon business owners here in the state of Michigan. Other policies and priorities or discussions for these issues are ongoing, but I can tell you that Big I, Michigan has your back, and we will continue to advocate on your behalf. As I do want to wrap things up here, I want to remind you of Big I, Michigan's 2025 convention coming up in February 17th through the 19th that will be held back here in Grand Rapids. I will be conducting a couple of the educational sessions. We'll be going into detail on all things Lansing politics and the dynamics of the new legislature. Please join me for these sessions for a lively discussion. With that, I greatly appreciate your time, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Thank you.